Meet Milagro, a story of courage, overcoming, and gratitude. Milagro was found in a situation of extreme abandonment and suffering. She was cruelly thrown into a ditch without any care or compassion. Local residents reported that, when they found her, she was completely immobilized, unable to stand up or even move. Her situation was desperate. If it rained, the water from the canal could rise and sweep her away, taking her to a tragic fate. Milagro was alone, scared, and the fear in her eyes was palpable. Despite her fragility and the despair that consumed her, there was a flame of life in her eyes. Even in the midst of so much suffering, Milagro still wanted to fight for her life. She was sad and weak, but her desire to survive was undeniable. The rescue, a life mission. I could not remain indifferent to her pain. With a knot in my heart, I made the decision to rescue her. I climbed down into the ditch with a rope and, very carefully, managed to remove Milagro from that place. Her condition was alarming. She was malnourished. Her skin was visibly fragile and infested with thousands of ticks that attacked her relentlessly. Her body was covered in wounds and marks of suffering, and her trembling eyes reflected the fear and pain she had experienced. The beginning of treatment, a fight for life. Milagro was immediately taken to the veterinary clinic, where she began intensive and long-term treatment. In the first few days, she was so weak that she could not stand up or walk. Her condition was critical, and we needed to act quickly to stabilize her. The treatment involved removing the ticks and fleas, care to combat malnutrition, and medication to treat the infections and diseases she had contracted. Every day, Milagro received constant affection and attention, and each day she showed signs of resistance. Although she was still very fragile, her will to live began to be reflected in small gestures of recovery. The transformation, strength, and resilience. As time went by, Milagro began to recover. She became more alert, her eyes lost the sparkle of fear, and began to reflect a more confident and serene look. Her strength began to manifest itself, and little by little she began to gain mobility. First, she managed to stand up on her own, a feat that seemed impossible a few days before. Each small progress was celebrated because we knew that Milagro was fighting with all the strength she still had. She began to move more easily, and in a few days, her recovery became more visible. The skin that had previously been dull and bruised began to regenerate, and she gained weight, something essential for her health. Milagro's transformation was remarkable. She was no longer the same dog that had been rescued from that ditch. She was strong, determined, and full of life. Milagro's smile, the reward of an immense effort. Finally, the day came when Milagro smiled. That smile, although shy at first, reflected all the love and gratitude she felt for being alive and being cared for. Her eyes, once sad and scared, now shone with the joy of someone who had found a new beginning. She had overcome what seemed insurmountable, and her transformation was a testament to her inner strength and the dedication we received at every step of her recovery. Milagro today, a new beginning. Today, Milagro is a happy, healthy, and energetic dog. She is an example of resilience, of how life can be renewed, even in the most adverse conditions. She now has a safe home, where she is loved and cared for with all the affection. Her journey of suffering gave way to a new story, full of love, joy, and hope. Sincere gratitude. Thanks to God and the support of everyone who helped us, Milagro was able to overcome adversity and now lives a full and happy life. Every gesture of affection and every contribution was essential for her to get here. Thank you very much for being part of this journey of transformation. Your help was essential for Milagro to have a second chance at life. The gratitude we feel is immense, and we are eternally grateful for everything you did for her.